Hi guys, welcome back. As promised, I have started this initiative to help you learn the skill of answer writing. Guys, the idea of this initiative is not to give you a model answer, rather than to help you understand actually how you can develop your answer writing skills. So my focus will be helping you understand how to do answer writing, how to develop that skill. Okay, so every day I'll select one question, particularly motivated from the current affairs from our daily practice sheet, and I will help you to how to approach the question, develop that approach, because approach is very important. Okay, so guys, the question is why, you can see why Great Nicobar has been selected as India's only transshipment project. Okay, so why I have framed this question, because today there was a news that government gets expression of interest from 10 bidders to develop Great Nicobar port into a transshipment hub. Okay, so what you will do is that first you will see, you will break the question. The question says why Great Nicobar has been selected as the India's only transshipment port. So first what you do in the introduction, you start with what are transshipment ports. So definition of transshipment port, you can start with transshipment port. Definition of transshipment port, that transshipment ports are ports where large vessels come, and from there the goods are basically transferred into small ships, and then they are basically carried out to the smaller ports. Okay, these are called transshipment ports. So at present India does not have any transshipment ports. India is dependent on Colombo and Singapore. Okay, so why India does not have a transshipment port? One of the reason is that generally these ports require huge depth, or draft, more than 20 meter. Okay, that is one of the reason, that these ports require huge depth and huge draft, because they cater to very huge ships. So small ports, so most of the Indian ports are small ports. They do not have the ability, they do not have the draft to cater to these large vessels. So then you will write why Nicobar. Okay, you give a heading, why Nicobar Islands. You give one heading. So first what you have done, you have explained what is transshipment port, then what is the requirement for transshipment port, which is the depth, and then you write why Nicobar. So first point is what? Depth. Because of the geography, these islands, they provide the depth, the draft which is required for huge vessels, which is required in a transshipment port. That is one reason. And second is the location. Guys, you can see here from the map, you can draw the map. You can see here this Campbell Bay is very near to the Strait of Malacca. And guys, Strait of Malacca is an important sea lines of communication where more than 40% of the world trade is passing through. So this location of Campbell Bay, the Great Nicobar, is very strategic because it is situated very near to the Strait of Malacca, which is one of the choke points, one of the most important sea lanes of communication. That is another reason. Third reason also you can give security reason, guys. Because of entry of China into the Indian Ocean, this Strait of Malacca, becomes very important. And these islands, this Andaman and Nicobar Island, which are continuous island, they provide a very important strategic depth, for Indian Navy to basically dominate this entire Indian Ocean. So in order to provide security to our assets in Indian Ocean, it is very important that Indian Navy has various various important ports, which we can be used for giving protection to our assets. And one more point what you can write is that EEZ, in exclusive economic zones. So guys, 40% of India's EEZ is in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Is in the Andaman and Nicobar Island. So 40% of India's EEZ is around India, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So these are the reasons. Then you can conclude that once this transshipment port comes, then India will not be dependent on ports like Colombo, transshipment ports like Colombo and Singapore, and we will be able to save a lot of forex reserves, and it will boost our export. It will boost our export and increase our share in world trade. With that, you can conclude. Now you see how we have approached this question. Okay, so we have told the examiner that we know what is a transshipment port. In the very first line we have explained what is a transshipment port. Then we have told the examiner that we know that what is the basic requirement for transshipment port. Transshipment ports requires huge vessels which requires huge depth. At present most of the Indian ports do not have that kind of depth, and that is why we do not have any transshipment ports in India at present. So then we will say why Nicobar. Okay, then why Nicobar? In point, just write in point formats the locational factors, the geographic factors, like because it has the kind of depth which is required for these kinds of ports, and third is the security dimension, and fourth is the EEZ dimension. So guys, you see how we can approach questions in the UPSC exam. Okay, always try to write in points, because see, it's a 10-mark question. It's a 10-mark question. You can see here. Okay, in a 10-mark question you have given introduction, you have explained what is a transshipment port, so you will get 1 marks here. Then you have given examples of transshipment port, also Colombo you can give and Singapore you can give. Then you have also given why transshipment ports, what is the basic requirement, which is 20 meter. So you have given this, so you can easily expect 2 marks here. And then you can see here 2 marks, 2 marks, 2 marks, 2 marks. So only for every point you will get 1 or 2, 1 or 1.5 or 2 marks. Okay, so you can easily expect to get 8 out of 10 marks. 8 out of 10 marks if you write like this. Okay, and you write a good conclusion, you will expect 8 marks. So try to write more number of points, and in geography question always draw the diagram. So thank you friends. Okay, every day I'll try to come out with these kind of videos which will basically help you to understand how to approach the question, because content, okay, it is already available in internet. Okay, you can Google search and you can get more number of points. But what is important is that the demand of the question, understand the demand of the question, understand how to cater to the demand in the least possible time and effort. So thank you guys. Bye bye. Take care.